think everybody else is coming. Tammy, you want to just start? Okay. I call meeting order at 7:30. We have a relatively short and quick meeting tonight. First of all, we'd like to thank Terry for the tour of the Public Works Garage and the drainage features and illustrating how that works that we went through this evening, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, getting down to business. First item on the agenda is 1707 Litchfield Turnpike application for removal of concrete block along the West River. The applicant was here last month. Terry, had they done anything in the meantime, or did not? Okay. Well, we have, as long as they do it under Terry's supervision, my thought is just to approve the application with the stipulation that they notify Terry when they're started, they consult with Terry during the process, and that they let Terry know when they're done. So I don't know.
I think we're going to do it by hand.
And do it by hand. Okay. So yeah, let me make all those notes.
It's in the note here. By hand.
Okay. All right. Yep. Oh, and Josh is seated for Jack. So.
Yeah, each person.
What is the time frames of a low flow season? What months?
Before winter, I would think. Is that it?
Typically, it's September and October. Of course, this summer's been, completely a drought. And now it's becoming the rainy season, right?
Tempus fugit.
What's that?
Tempus fugit in terms of getting this done before.
Absolutely, no. Time is of the essence with.
If nothing happens, then what? I'm perfectly happy that you supervised it and will supervise it, but if they haven't done anything yet.
The potential damage for flooding their neighbors, and worse, the downstream effect is still present.
What, do you want to put a time limit on when they have to get it done by? December 15th or something like that?
Sure, let's do that. That's a smart thing to give a. We'll calendar that and.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, what I have is the removal will be by hand under the supervision of Terry, done during the drier season, and must be done by December 15th, 2014. Anybody else have any other suggestions on that? And it has to be restabilized in restabilized in a manner satisfactory to you.
We were going to, if you recall the testimony, we were going to get it removed and then see what condition the surrounding areas. My hope is that the area from the stream side, from the existing wall, will not have to be compromised at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's any kind of root growth or vegetative buffer there at all, that should assist us.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I hope to be a surgical removal as opposed to a grandiose removal.
Okay. Anything else anybody has on that?
No, I would just suggest once we vote and if it's approved, then I assume the applicant gets. Are they mailed a copy of the approval, or I think in this case a phone call
Yeah.
and re-explanation of.
We'll reach out to them.
Okay.
Good idea.
All right. With those stipulations, do we have a motion to approve the application?
So moved.
David Bixer moved. Josh seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, so that's 4-0. All right, next item on the agenda, 33 Woodside Drive, application for installation of ground-mounted solar system. The applicant had engaged an engineer. The engineer responded to Bob's comments from last month. Bob hasn't had a chance to review them yet, so we're passing this until next month. And the applicant's granted us an extension of time on that, so that'll be continued to November meeting.
Mr. Chairman, to your question to staff about conformance with the existing permit.
Yeah.
We'd anticipated receiving this plan earlier than today at 4:30.
Okay.
And in hopes that this plan would reveal easily the inconsistency. Just in looking at it, I remember this central area in front of the house it was going to be not a dry well, but a drainage feature.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not anything.
Well,
So I think Bob and I are gonna critically compare these two documents.
John Paul had done the original plan for it, hadn't he? Can
Right.
you just send us an overlay of the two and make it a little bit easier to see what?
Essentially, he's done, but, for example, there's a proposed detention pond and an as-built detention pond. If you look carefully at it, the proposed detention pond is much smaller than the as-built
Yeah.
detention pond. So,
And were the limits of clearing observed, or, I looked at the photographs that we received. And seems to me, remembering back to the site visit, the entire property or lot was heavily wooded. And now, the trees are certainly gone from well past where the silt fence was when the house was being built, so the limits of clearing were not adhered to.
I'm going to have myself and Bob Criscola have a look at that carefully because, the limits of clearing relate directly to the hydraulic calculations on the lot. And we'll have a look at that.
Thank you.
Okay, all right. And we'll take that up next month. Let's see here. We don't have the minutes yet, but we'll have those for next month. No site inspections are necessary. Enforcement officer report, anything that we have to talk about?
There's no new news,
No new problems.
no new problem.
Okay.
No solution to any of our old problems either, by the way, but no new news.
But the old problems aren't any worse than they were?
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Helps when you have no rain, too.
It does.
All right, anybody else have anything we need to talk about? No? All right, do we have a motion to adjourn? David Bixer moved. Do we have a second? Barry seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions? 7:38.
This might be.